Thank you so much, Natalia, for this introduction, and thank you to Emmanuel who agreed to participate. So it's a great. I'm very, very excited, and we are going to start immediately with the questions because I think after this introduction we are ready to start. And I just want to start asking Emmanuel. What was in your mind when you were 21 and when you decided to open the gallery versus what was your gallery in Paris, and what was in your mind many years later when you decided that you would open in Tokyo? What was different in these two moments in time and space?
Oh my God, everything. Well, first of all, hello, everyone. Thank you to listen to us. I hope it will be not too boring, but this first question is a huge gap between the beginning of my career. I was an assistant of gallery at 17 years old. And at 21, I decided to open a gallery because I was totally crazy. And I imagined it will be easy when it was finally very, very difficult. I did not have any money. I did not have so much connection except the one I built in 4 years of assistant of gallery. And but I was working very hard, and step by step, I was able to build a gallery, correct gallery. And I was invited by Masami Shiraishi, the owners of Sky the Bathhouse Gallery in Japan. And this art dealers was very generous to invite me to do the fair of Yokohama in 1993. I was 25 years old, and I bring my artworks in my luggage. And it was majority of artists totally unknown, and everyone was totally unknown. What I said, 93, everyone was totally unknown. But in the middle of this unknown artist was already in my program Damien Hirst and Maurizio Cattelan, where I was showing some works very inexpensive there, and it was very difficult to do my first art fair directly in Japan. I was never doing an art fair in France or anywhere. And this experience was very, very important in my career. Like you can hear, I was not talking a very good English already, and I was speaking very, very badly, but I was quite equal to the people I was meeting there. Maybe they appreciate the fact I was not speaking well English. It was making us not so arrogant, maybe. And I was very surprising them to bring works at the same price to what I was selling them in Paris. I was not charging any cost for shipping, and Japanese was very traumatized by the 80s, considering the way many art dealers were selling them impressionist art at crazy price. And it was just after the big crisis in contemporary art, and that was a real trauma for them. To see a gallery is coming to selling works at $1,000, $2,000 was looking very strange in the middle of the context, and that was possible also because the booth was giving to me for free. It was a key moment in my career. Because I discovered Takashi Murakami there by a total coincidence, and I've seen his work, and I was very intrigued by what he was doing at this time, and arrived a group on my booth with good energies. It was very exciting by what they see on my booth, and they start to discuss. We was not speaking in English, donc we was doing a lot of like Italian, we was talking like that. No. And at the end, I was in communication with this artist, totally unknown. He was never showing outside Japan at this time. He was already quite famous in Japan. He was showing by Mr. Shiraishi. At this time, Tomi Yokoyama was the director of the gallery and not his own gallery. And I was asking him 3 questions by fax, sorry. And he was answering me by 11 pages of cartoon to answer me. That was for sure a very romantic story, but Takashi is very smart, and he started to learn English step by step, and he was better and better, and it was possible to communicate much more. And we met again in New York for my second art fair in Gramercy Park Hotel, and here we decided to show his work immediately, and it was a very big love story started from that. And Japan was a key moment in my career. Very quickly after I opened my own gallery, and yes, retrospectively, it looks crazy. I was opening a gallery at 21 without money. It was crazy. I was doing my first art fair in Japan, and finally, that was a big chance for me to be able to meet all a generation of artists there, and to be able to collaborate with them. And it's still very important in my career. After, why I decided, because your question is very big, why I talk a lot, but in one question you have almost.
That's why we are here. That's why we are here. Please.
Okay. After we was working with many Japanese artists. At some point, I was considering like one of the best Japanese gallery. I was showing Mariko Mori, Kenji Yanobe, many artists of Kaikai Kiki Gallery, donc Mr. Chiyoshima, Ayata Kano, later more and more, but and I forgot Noritoshi Hirakawa. I was started with him in something like 1990, and donc yes, my gallery was very connected to Japanese culture, and that was my link with Japan before to go to Japan was coming from a group of artists. One passed away, unfortunately, is Jean-Luc Villemout and Ange Leccia and IFP, Information Fiction Publicity. And this 3 or 4 artists, because IFP is a group, there are 2, was real and they are still certainly with a big passion for Japanese culture, and they was teaching me that, they was giving me this passion for Japan, and I was for sure dreaming to go to Japan. And when I was receiving many curators of museum from Japan in my apartment gallery at this time, it started to be clear I will have a link with this. And by the fact to work with many Japanese artists, I have to go, me and my team, to Japan constantly. And we was going there maybe 3-4 times by years, and my team was going sometimes more to there. And we was thinking to open an office. Grand Hyatt was very happy to have our because we was renting office there in a way. We was using some of their room, and we were spending so much time there. At some point, we were thinking, okay, maybe we have to open an office in Tokyo. And I immediately anticipate the fact an office will cost the same compared to a gallery, almost for sure. It costs much more to have a gallery, and much more interesting to link with the evolution of the market in Japan, because when I've started to do the fair in Japan in Yokohama, NICAF Art Fair, I did it 3 times. The market was going down in a way, and it disappeared for a moment. And when we realized it was coming back, it was a moment maybe to open a gallery and to see what was possible from there. And one of the big reasons is also the love of many artists international for Japan. You know, sometimes some of our artists was dreaming to show in Japan, and you was thinking, okay, but maybe you can do a travel in Japan without to do a show. But it's always more exciting when you work in a country or in a city, because you have access to much more things. You know, when you come just like a tourist, you don't see so much. You see just the surface, but you are not invited to private place. You are not invited to, and the fact to have a gallery there and to my artists to be able to show there gives them a total other experience compared to holidays. Now, it's many reasons bring us to open a gallery there, and I have a fantastic team. I'm very lucky to have them. We have and now we was also very lucky to have the help of Mrs. Mori from Mori Museum, from Mori organization, and they give us access to this space close to a big group of galleries, one of the best group in Tokyo. And now Sky the Bat House join us on the same location. Now we can easily say we are at the best place of Tokyo, because the group of galleries there is very impressive. Takaichi, Tomio Koyama, you have all the best one. You Wako of Art, and you are quite sure to see the real Japanese scene, and you don't have the doubt to be maybe negliged because you are originally from France, and but you are on their way. Or they like it or they don't like it, but we know we are visible, and the gallery in Tokyo looks like an aquarium, and you can see everything from outside, and it's quite nice. I really love this location and the energy to be with my Japanese colleagues, and I was always good friend with many of them, and I hope they don't change their mind now I'm next to them.
Great. You were mentioning very early that in the question that you brought Maurizio Cattelan when he was very young and not expensive. And from my side, being Italian, we all learn about you through the work of Maurizio Perrotin Levray Lapin. This is, we studied this work from 1995.
We're already coming to this, huh?
I'm using this work because I think from the very beginning, you really embodied this idea of a gallerist with a very strong personality, very strong character, not afraid of, being in the scene, and kind of changing also the idea of a gallery owner, of somebody who is hiding, but really being in the front, really being active. And I was just wondering if this aspect of your personality and how you brought the personality into the gallery, the way the gallery exists, if it had an impact with the Japanese community of collectors, curators, artists. If you think about Murakami, also the way his own personality comes inside the work. If this you think was a way that made it easy for you to entering this scene since many years?
It's hard for me to answer to this because it's much more to the Japanese people to tell you that. I don't know if they, I think I'm sure I'm showing to Yokohama Art Fair the photo of Perrotin the True Rabbit. Donc, to explain to your audience, in 1995, Maurizio Cattelan offered me a project, and at this time he was not famous, donc he was not in the position to force me to do it. It was to wear a rabbit suit in forms of phallus, and it's a pink rabbit suit producing by the Cinecittà,
the movie facilities in Rome.
And I have to wear it for 6 weeks, receiving my clients, my audience in the gallery, dressing like that, and introducing the works of a very intellectual artist. The name is Eric Duykers, and placing me in a situation totally ridiculous because he added a title of Perrotin the True Rabbit. Donc Perrotin make reference to Eros, Erotoman, and it was for sure an interesting situation because when you are young dealers and you have no image because you are not coming from a rich family or rich background or a famous background, you have not so much to lose. Donc it was very easy to follow the desire of the artist. And an artist like Maurizio is not so much interested to do exhibition in an art gallery if you don't take risk for him.